Hey, I'm Alex Radical from Board Game Co, and this is the final video on Level Up Retreat. Well, I mean, before the retreat. I'll probably have a blog about it, and we'll of course have videos in future years, but this is the final one for this year, before the retreat itself. I know I said the last one was the final video, but I got a bit of a last-minute update that there's a whole bunch of expensive games being given away that I did not know were going to be given away. You probably saw the title of this video is, you know, over $20,000 worth of games being given away, and I think that's a fairly accurate estimate. If anything, I think it's on the low side. I'm going to be dividing this video up into 3 sections. Timestamps, of course, to everything down below. There'll be the new information, so if you're just here for the new information, if you don't care about anything else, the new information is about this new giveaway that is worth calling out. If you're going, it's for sure worth calling out, and if you're not going, it may even worth be considering going when you weren't planning on, because it's a pretty big giveaway. The second section will be going over our hot games. We have a hot games room, we talked about this already. I'll be just going over the finalized list, and it's not even finalized, there still might be things, but here is at least a list of, well, the games we should be having rotating in and out of our hot games room. And then the last section will be, again, an update on our play to win, because as of right now, we have over 70 different games being given away in our play to win, with some of them having multiple copies to be giving away as well. So in addition to this new giveaway, we have an additional 70 plus games. I think it's probably close to 80 to 90 copies total of games being given away. With that, let's go ahead and start with the new piece of information. The new piece of information is Matti Eisenbach, the designer of Crimson Scales as well as Rove. And Crimson Scales, if you don't know about it, is a giant fan expansion to Gloomhaven that will never again be reprinted, at least as far as I am aware, as far as I've been told. It will never again be reprinted. Not there are no plans for a reprint. I've been told it will never again be reprinted. And he is also, by the way, he's also partnered. He's the person that works with me behind the scenes as far as Level Up Retreat goes. So when I'm the host of Level Up Retreat, it is his event. So just to be very clear about that. But past that, he's going to be doing a panel called Crafting New Worlds from Crimson Scales to Rove, where he highlights his journeys from the beginning of creating Crimson Scales to where he is today with Rove and everything else. The panel is currently scheduled to take place 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Level Up Retreat on Saturday night. So Saturday night, 7 o'clock p.m., there'll be a panel being given around his journey. At that panel, he'll also be giving away a whole bunch of copies of Crimson Scales, plus Trails of Ashes, plus various miniatures. And I just want to be clear here, I don't know the exact way he's breaking it up. I don't know if he's doing each box on its own or bundles. I don't know exactly the format as far as how he's structuring this giveaway yet, but he is structuring a bunch of copies being given away with Crimson Scales, Trails of Ashes, and miniatures. All told, over 80 boxes will be given away. And again, for clarity, I believe the breakdown is around 40 base boxes of Crimson Scales, and then the other 40 boxes are miniatures, Trails of Ashes, and things like that. So there'll be some people who might be able to get everything, some people might be getting a breakdown. I don't know the full exact breakdown because I don't have those exact details. I don't want to say them incorrectly. But that panel, for those who attend that panel, there'll be a giveaway, and considering that the attendance of Level Up Retreat is probably going to be around 400 by the time all is said and done, roughly our numbers of last year as well, and that means that I don't know how many people are attending the panel, but you probably have a decent chance of walking away with something. Please keep in mind, if you do buy a ticket and or go because of this video, this is not a guarantee of winning anything. This is just the factual reality that there's a pretty good ratio that people will win, but ratios do not mean that something will happen. So please, if you do come, be mindful of disappointment as a possible outcome just as much as walking away with a fairly expensive game. Which brings us to the fairly expensive game part. Crimson Scales is an incredibly popular fan-made expansion, and one that has no plans at all of being reprinted. That is the lighter language. I believe it simply will not be reprinted. And to that end, he posted in his announcement that this is the second last chance to get your hands on a copy at least from him. Other people, who knows what people will do or not do, or secondhand markets and all that, but this is the second last chance to get a copy. He'll be doing one last giveaway to his own Rove/Crimson Scales community. But this is the second last chance to get a copy of Crimson Scales. They are no longer being sold. The remaining copies are just being given away. And it is incredibly expensive because it is very popular, hard to get your hands on. And it's, yeah, this is a very if you are interested in Crimson Scales, this is a very good opportunity to get your hands on a game that is otherwise hundreds of dollars to get your hands on the secondhand market, well over its original asking price, because people want this game. So that is the big reason. That's the announcement for this, because 40 copies of Crimson Scales alone probably has a value of around like $10,000 to $12,000, if not higher, and that only goes up as you add the Trails of Ashes, the miniatures, all of that stuff to this. That value only goes up. There's a lot of money being given away, not money, a lot of value being given away as far as these copies of Crimson Scales. So that is the main reason for this video update. Whether you are already going or have been considering going, or honestly possibly have not even been considering going, this may be worthy of, well, a visit, of a trip. It might be worthy of a trip. That is announcement number 1. The second section of this video, like I said already, is an update on our hot games. There are still things being added, but just as a general note, as far as what I have so far, we have, and the hot games, we only generally have 15 to 20 set up at a time, which means some of these will be cycling in and out based on the ones that are being played. But we have Finspan, Warmspan, Harmonies, Lord of the Rings, The Duel for Middle-earth, Wondrous Creatures, Minos, Andromeda's Edge, SETI, Spectacular, Elder Scrolls Betrayal of Second Era, Ethnos, Marvel United Multiverse, Daybreak, Slay the Spire, Daitoshi, Rock Hard 1977, Explorers of Nevoria, Botany, Unconscious Mind, Ezra and Nehemiah, Arcs, Rebirth, Ironwood, Leviathan Wilds, Undaunted 2200, Primal the Awakening, Skyrise, Dead Cells, Bloodstones, Evenfall, and Kelp Sharks vs. Octopus. Disclaimer on these that most of these are already present and ready to go, and like 2 or 3 of these are en route as I'm speaking, so it's a small chance that 2 or 3 of these don't show up, but they're all, everything I've announced is either already there or literally en route and should be arriving on time, barring any issues. There are still potentially a few others that may show up, but I don't yet know 100% of those, so I've avoided saying them as of right now. But those are the hot games, the ones that'll be in circulation, so if any of those games are games you have wanted to get your hands on and or play, this is an excellent opportunity to do so. They will be cycling in as far as, again, the ones that will be actively played will be set up the entire time. The rest will still be available to check out via the library system, so all of these are available. Which brings us to our play to wins. Our play to wins, like I said already, I have over 70, and again, some of these I'm not even saying yet because they're still coming in, but as far as the ones that are already present and ready to give away, we have over 70 different games. Some of these will have multiple copies being given away, and my rough estimation on value of this over here is we probably have around $7,000 to $8,000 worth of games being given away in the play to win as well. That's why I say over $20,000 of games being given away, because between the Crimson Scales and the play to win, there is a whole lot of games being given away over here. And again, many of these I've said in the last video, but I'm just going to rapidly go through them because there are a bunch that have been added. We have 20 Strong, Adventure Party, Alderaan Duel, Anachrony, Andromeda's Edge, Arkham Horror RPG Starter Set, Arkham Horror the Card Game, Astra, Battle Line, Belrati, Bloodstones, Bonanza, Botanicus, Botany, Catan New Energies, Cities, Codenames, Coup, Deeksaw, Doomlings, Duck and Cover, Evacuation, Evenfall, Explorers of Nevoria, Ezra Nehemiah, Golden Cup, Grew the Game, Harmonies, Hasty Baker, Hi-Fi, I'm Kind of a Big Deal, Imperium Classics, Imposter Syndrome, Isle of Trains All Aboard, Jack Labrador, Jewels for the Emperor Penguin, Kutna Horror, Lacuna, Last Will, Life of the Amazonia, Lord of the Rings, The Duel for Middle-earth, Mesos, Moon Colony, Bloodbath, Pioneer Rails, Plantanubo, Prelude 2 plus Automa, Primal the Awakening, Ironwood, Pulsar 2849, River Trek, Scorecards, Sears Catalog, Septima, Sherlock, The Games Afoot, Skull King, Skyrise, Solar Sphere, Solar Storm, The Fellowship of the Ring, The Trick-Taking Game, that is a very popular game right now, The Mandalorian Adventures, The Night Cage Plus expansion, this game is killer, top tier, Tzolk'in, Undaunted Normandy, Way Too Many Cats, Wilmot's Warehouse, Woodcraft, and Ward Traveler, all are currently being given away. And that is what we have. Why do I have, oh, this title is the one I put on the top over here. Those are all the games being covered, that's not all. Those are the games I currently have available to be given away, with some possibly still showing up that will be added to the list. And so that's basically what's going up as far as Level Up Retreat. I obviously missed the most important detail. Level Up Retreat is going to be January 31st to February 2nd of this year, which means like 5 days from now, which means if you haven't planned on coming already, you are cutting it short. I don't know the status of the hotel. You can go ahead and check out the hotel. Our block has sold out, unfortunately, but I believe there were still hotel rooms last I checked. I don't know if that's still true. And of course, there's other options nearby as well. And of course, for people who are local, you could just go ahead and drive in. So that is everything as far, it's not everything. There's all the events, the special guests, all the stuff, but I wanted to keep this video shorter and to the point because, like I said, I had a last minute announcement that I thought was worth sharing to those who might be interested in going. In any case, and until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope to see you there, and as always, I hope you have a good one.